So, Hunter, what do you like to drink while you're smoking your cigars?
So, depends what I'm doing, I guess.
Okay.
So if I'm just hanging out having a cigar, believe it or not, my favorite thing is just a seltzer, just a plain seltzer water.
Yep.
Poland Springs just happens to be what we get. I like it. I drink it a lot, just in my normal everyday life. And I just like plain water too, just bottled water, something like that. I like that. I don't generally smoke like, drink like soft drinks and stuff like that. I'm not opposed to it, but typically it's water. If I'm hanging out with guys and I have my choice, it would generally be either a single malt scotch or a bourbon or some type of, I like Manhattans. If I'm going to have something that's going to be a cocktail or something. But predominantly, the majority of the time, I drink my seltzer water or plain water. I like it because I'm really in it for the cigar.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Nice. And I know we touched on this earlier before we started filming, but what's your best seller?
So, by volume, as far as how many I sell, the #1 selling cigar in my store is the Marrero. Now I got to look at the name of it. I call it the Barber Pole. I'll pull it out of the cabinet. I sell a ton of these. These are a great cigar that I think everybody. I'll pull this one out right here. Doesn't have cello on it. This is the Tesoro Mio. Hopefully I'm saying that right, Joel. Joel's a good dude from Marrero Cigars. So this is a Torpedo Barber Pole. It's a great cigar that I think a novice cigar smoker can smoke, a beginner can smoke this. So I recommend it to a lot of people, and I get a lot of people that come back and keep buying more of them. So, and I personally enjoy smoking this cigar. So this is, I think, my #1 by volume selling cigar. And then, of course, I've got some acids and got some flavored stuff that sells really well. The Deadwood is a real popular cigar. You got the Sweet Jane, the Crazy Alice, Fat Bottom Betty. Those sell really well. I enjoy those. The Tabacs by Drew Estate. Those are really good. The coffee infused. And then I would say it's probably a pretty close gambit between the rest of the cigars. It just depends on the person and what they like. So, yeah.
Nice. So, you've pulled out a couple of boxes here.
Yep.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you pulled out for
Sure, and I'll show this one. You're smoking that, right? Yes, you are.
In case you guys were wondering, I went to a new cigar because I smoked all of the Cavalier, but now I'm smoking the Viva La Vida.
Yeah, so the Viva La Vida, as hopefully everybody knows, is a boutique brand. Two brothers. This is their limited edition one. It's a Diademas Finis, so it's like a large Perfecto essentially shape. I have their Torpedo, Robusto, and then the limited edition one in stock. I'm actually wearing their hat too. Cool guys. Spoke to them. Billy, when they first came out with these, I guess they owned a huge cigar store in Manhattan that they had sold.
Yeah, didn't they have two stores?
They might have, yeah.
Because they were bought. They sold to Casa de Monte Cristo.
That's
correct?
right. That's right. Yep. So this is a brand new cigar for this year, 2019. Sells really well. It's got a very unique taste to it. It's blended by AJ Fernandez, made in his factory. Really cool cigar. Cool company that really cares about the brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So these are only sold to brick and mortar. You have to have a brick and mortar store to get them, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So you won't see them online too much for sale. Although some of the big online retailers do have brick and mortar, so it's kind of
they can get away with it.
But either way, I love the approach that they do with that. I think that's really cool. So I'm a big fan of them. And again, it's the passion that goes into it. I'm a big Foundation guy. Foundation Cigar. Their headquarters is over in Windsor, Connecticut. It's probably a half an hour away from us here in Wilbraham. I love the guys over there. Nick is an amazing blender. I don't think they make a bad cigar. I really love all their stuff. I got different sizes. So I'm a big fan of Foundation, Tabernacle, Connecticut Seed, the 142 Connecticut Seed, great cigar. The Wise Man, I mean, God, that was #3 Cigar Aficionado last year. I got one guy in here, that's all he smokes is Wise Man. It's crazy. But it's an excellent cigar. Full-bodied, not for the beginner, but an awesome cigar. You had the Cavalier earlier.
Yes.
Which, again, another cool company. You know, they've got the gold leaf diamond on there that you smoke the gold leaf, which, you know, very neat.
Yeah, and fun fact about the black label, that black label is only available in the United States.
Correct.
So,
yeah. So the white label, and then they have their black 2 or double black, whatever you want to call it. Those are national ones. I'll tell you, these Metalinks are really awesome. So again, I love Foundation. These Metalinks just came out a couple weeks ago. So these were a cigar that I guess Nick would bring to events when they would have them, and they weren't really for sale to the general public, but these just came out. Metalink, awesome cigar, comes in one size. It's a 10 count box. The artistry in the box and the presentation is just amazing. I love how they notch the box for the pigtail, so that it has a little pigtail cap, and I just love that attention to detail, so that when you get the cigar,
you know that the care went into it.
And the box, I mean, just feeling this box is probably one of the nicest feeling boxes. I'm sure it costs a ton of money to make, but they do a great job with that. So then the Steve Saka's Dunbarton Tobacco Trust, which for some of us cigar geeks are aware of the brand. It's kind of a smaller brand. I guess he started out at Drew Estate. He's got some amazing stuff. Everything I smoke of his is just fantastic. Tends to be a little bit on the pricier side, some of it. The Umabagog, however you say that one, it's named after its favorite lake in New Hampshire. Had one of those yesterday. That's about a $10 cigar for me here, retail. That's a great, really full-bodied cigar. As I call them full-bodied. Some people say they're medium. I'm like, Jesus, I don't know what you think is full-bodied, if that's, you know. But he makes some great stuff. You can't go wrong with anything Steve Saka makes. Definitely some care is put into it.
I like all of Saka's stuff.
Yeah, I do too. I really do. And then another company I love their packaging, and they make great cigars. Good dudes. Sinestro or Sinistro, I've heard people say it 2 different ways. I got to ask.
Tomato.
Yeah, I got to ask James what the proper pronunciation is. The Last Cowboy by them. Very cool line. I bring in the cool shapes. I'm a sucker for anything that looks a little different, a little bit unique. You know, I just personally, cigars as an experience, and to me, something that goes into making this cigar, the Scala shape, they do a wrapper that they actually turn into like a twine almost.
Yeah.
And they wrap it around. It's a very unique shape with a ragged foot, unfinished foot. Last Cowboy, I have it, I think, in every size they make. It's a good seller for me as well. I love Sinestro. I also have their Mr. White and Mr. Red. I have the Mr. Red in a Scala as well, which I think is an insane cigar. I smoked one, I don't know, a couple months ago for the first time when I was playing poker with the guys, and people said, "What is it? What does it taste like?" And I said, "You know what? What I'm tasting right now is the weirdest thing. It tasted like red meat." Now, I don't know what the hell was going on with me. I don't know if anybody else has ever tasted that, but the first beginning of that cigar tasted like a nice bloody steak.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really weird. So, and maybe that was my palate at that time,
maybe you were just craving a steak.
Maybe I was craving a steak, or you know, who the hell knows what I was doing. But the Mr. Red is really good. Mr. White is also a really good blend that I have a lot of guys buy. That's a little bit more entry level as far as the flavor profile. It's not going to really knock your socks off with the with some of the strong flavors. You get some of the darker ones. So I love Sinistro. It's great. I mean, like I said earlier, every cigar you could just blindly pick one, and I promise you, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
And there's Espinosa's another brand that I love. Espinosa makes some really good cigars. Talking about the Laranja earlier. Just some really cool stuff out there. As I said earlier, it's just a golden age of cigars right now.
Absolutely.
So, and I got these here.
I was going to say, tell me a little bit about the Dynamite.
Yeah, so this is a Sinistro limited edition Last Cowboy Maduro that they brought out for 2018. And these are just so cool. I mean, where do you get a stack of cigars that looks like, you know, a dynamite from a cartoon? You know what I mean? It's just so cool. You know, again, these are kind of I don't want to say gimmicky. That's a bad word, but they have just some really cool shit going on with the packaging. And then Marrero. I mean, again, Joel at Marrero. He makes his Aquaticos, which are so cool. They got the or Quaticos. I call them Aquaticos. I think the proper pronunciation is Quatico 45. So I apologize. I did take Spanish for 5 years, but I don't speak Spanish, which is kind of tough in the cigar world when you want to say some of these names. But the Aquatico 45s are great. He makes the Artistico Solomons, which I have those as well, which are really cool cigars. Just the artistry that goes into it. Apparently there's one older gentleman that works in the factory, makes every single one. Such a cool story. So yeah, I try to bring in stuff that's unique and stuff that's got really cool different flavor profiles. And the hardest thing for me is I get a lot of boutique companies sending me cigars, you know, on a regular basis, and they're so generous to send them to me. And I feel, I was telling you guys this earlier, I don't think I said on camera, but I don't get to choose a lot what I'm going to smoke.
Yeah.
Because I have so many cigars to smoke as a job, which, yeah, you know, cry on your shoulder, I get it. You know, smoking free cigars is it's a bad thing, but I have to try them before I bring them in.
Absolutely.
And so many of them are so good, and it's always what I try to do is I'll say, it's an amazing cigar, but do I already have stuff like it in inventory? And if the answer is yes, is this one better? You know? And so it's kind of like, it's hard to choose, because really, I could put them all in here, but I just don't have, you know.
You don't know if they're going to move or not.
I don't know if they're going to move or not. And I want to keep it, you know, fresh, keep the inventory moving, and give my customers what they want. So I got a few brands out there. I'm going to be bringing in some small boutique ones. I'm always looking for cool brands, so if you are a cigar manufacturer, you make something cool, please reach out to me. I'm always excited to try new stuff, but yeah, I think the biggest thing is, you want to buy some cool boutiques, hit me up on Instagram, DM me, call me, whatever you want to do, talk about cigars. If you're in the area, stop by, you know, if you're in Massachusetts, if you ever want to make a trip out here, I'd love to meet you. It's the best part of the job. So one thing I wanted to say too, I'll shout out to my dog Louis. So the Sir Louis cigar, people say, what is it? You know, if you look at the logo, it's my French Bulldog, Louis, and he's what we call a blue French Bulldog, so he's a special color. He's a super spoiled dog. My kids wanted a dog for a long time. Had a French Bulldog when I was a kid before they were super popular. Nobody even knew what they were. My parents had a pug and a French Bulldog, and people would say, is that the same dog? You know, French Bulldog's a little bit bigger, but similar looking. And so Louis is, the store is named after him. He's like a celebrity, so if you come out here during the week, he comes to the office every day with me upstairs. Funny enough, he doesn't like the cigar store. I don't know. I bring him down here, he just wants to leave, you know. So he's a cool dog, and so figured I'd name it after him. I generally don't. If you see my posts on Instagram, I don't like to post my ugly face a lot, so you won't see too much of me. But he's really our mascot, and he's really cool. And I got a lot of cool things coming up for our customers and building the Sir Louis brand. So I've got a lot of cool ideas, so stay tuned for that.
Nice.
How was your cigar day?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Very good.
Good. Everybody's had good burns, it looks like.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, which is always nice.
Right on top of it.
Only had to touch it up once.
Yeah. Doing the videos, it's hard when you're talking, you got to sometimes relight, but I've only had to relight this Churchill, I think, twice.
Yep.
And that's all my fault, just from not pulling on it enough. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out. You're welcome anytime.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
Anytime. Yeah, anytime, absolutely.
It's always a fun time.
Absolutely.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
It's worth the drive.
Absolutely.
Definitely worth the drive.
If it wasn't worth the drive, David and I wouldn't do a 2-hour drive out here.
Very true. And I'll tell you, I'm flattered to hear all the good words you say, and all of our customers that buy from me. I love hearing it, because it's you know, it is a lot of work. It's a lot of time, but I don't look at it as work, man, because this is fun.
Absolutely.
You know, and somebody said that at one point, like, if you do the job you love, and then you never work a day in your life, or some quote like that. And I can't make a living selling cigars quite yet. Maybe someday I can.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard in theory to chase that job. Very few people get to have a job that they absolutely love every day. But I tell you what, if I could do this every day, it wouldn't be working. So.
Absolutely. So you say you got a lot of people reach out to you from Instagram. Mm-hmm. So how far have you shipped out? And like,
sure. So that's great. So I didn't know with this business where it was going to go, how I was going to sell cigars. I thought the majority of my cigar sales would come from brick and mortar, people walking in. It's so hard to advertise in the tobacco world. So it's hard to get the word out there in a fast way. But it keeps growing every day, the walk-in, and so does the online. But the online has been through the roof. I sell to people as far as South Africa. I've got a couple excellent customers out there that buy from me regularly. Thanks, guys, and tell your friends. And sell some stuff up in Canada. I think there's about 25 states in the country I ship to, and just people all over the country. And it's kind of funny because I send some to states that have really no tobacco tax.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because I'm like, wow, in their state, like, you know, I'm in Massachusetts with some of the worst tax in the country, and here I am, a guy, a little shop in Massachusetts, selling stuff all over the world and the country. And so it's kind of flattering to see that we're doing something right. People are telling me, hey, your inventory's cool, it's amazing. You've got all the stuff I've wanted to try in one place.
Yeah.
You know? So it is, it's pretty cool. And I know it's just going to keep expanding, and I'm having a freaking blast with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So now, I know you were saying you get text messages from all kinds of people.
Yeah. So, funny enough, my phone number is just my personal cell phone, right? And so people will call me sometimes and say, hey, I want to come by your store, because we don't have regular hours here, you know. I don't have anybody that works the store other than
Yeah.
me. My secretary will come down from upstairs from my construction business if I'm not here, and she'll let people in and help them pick out cigars. But obviously she doesn't know as much as I do about the cigars. She doesn't spend her whole life studying them. So, so people, I always tell people, if you want to come, call me, text me, let me know before you stop by to make sure I'm going to be here. Or, you know, just, you know, make an appointment, you know. Hopefully someday, if it makes enough money, I can pay someone to always be here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the goal. But the online part of it, DM me on Instagram, call me, text me. I had a guy text me a couple weeks ago, just an order. I was telling you guys this earlier, just text me an order. I want this, this, and this. I said, cool. And I says, you want me to bag them up and you're going to pick them up at the store? And he says, no, I'm in Wisconsin. I says, holy shit. So apparently I sell to one of his friends, and I always put business cards and stuff in the bags when I send them out. And I package them really well, which is an important thing too. I spend a lot of time, and I package them all individually myself. It's pretty cool. So I put the little Bovida packs in there, bubble wrap the hell out of them. Hopefully they'll show up in excellent condition when they left. You know, and I pick every cigar out when I do that for people, and pick the best one in the box at the time, and look at all that as if I'm doing it for myself. So so yeah, I have a lot of fun with it, and yeah, it's funny. I'll get messages from people that are all over the place, and it's like, how did you find me? Or I'll have people that I had a guy come in from New York that has a client near me, and he just probably put in his phone cigars near me. We popped up. He saw Sir Louis Cigars. Figured what the hell. Showed up, bought some cigars, and he says, I come up here once a month. I'm going to be a regular guy just when I'm in the area. Come in. He's like, nobody has this kind of stuff. So it's cool, man. We're just having fun with it. So reach out to me. Tell me what you like to smoke. If there's something really cool you're smoking and I don't have it, I want to know about it. Yeah. See if we can bring it in. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. If you guys don't have anything else, well, we'll wrap it up.
Excellent.
So, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Adam.
Dave.
Hunter from Sir Louis Cigars.
And Dave and I, we're the Tobacco Brothers. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Have a good one.
Take care.